Dusty here at Toyota of Gladstone. Today I'm sitting in a 2020 Limited 4Runner. Just wanted to kind of go over the features pretty quickly, just in case there was any questions about what is in this vehicle. Starting over here, so your mirror controls for adjusting your mirrors there. This is for dimming the dash lights. So when your headlights are on, you can adjust how bright the dash lights are, the gauges and everything. This is for auto headlights. So again, when the headlights are on, this is for auto high beams. When the headlights are on, there's the switch right there behind this driver's or the steering wheel. If you put it into this auto position, the headlights will automatically come on and off as they need to. But what the auto high beams is when you flick this switch forward, it'll put your high beams on. And if you have auto high beams turned on, there'll be a light indicating that is on. It will automatically dim the high beams when it detects somebody's headlights or if you get too close to the car behind you. So that's a super cool feature. Again, auto on that right there just makes the headlights come on and off. Auto high beams, that button down here, makes the high beams go on and off. This button right here is for turning on and off the power in the back. There's like a wall outlet, a 120 volt wall outlet in the very back. This is how you turn that on and off if you don't want it on. If your vehicle is equipped with the automatic running boards, that's how you would turn that system on and off. And then if your vehicle is equipped with the rain sensing windshields, that would be right here as well. Those two features are part of the advanced tech package, so you may not have them. Moving over here, we have the settings for how to adjust or permanently adjust the seats. So you'll make all of your adjustments on the seats, press the set button, and then hold the applicable number, and that will change the settings. Next time you get in the car, if somebody's messed with your seat, all you'll have to do is tap whichever one you want, and it'll go back to your settings that you already had it set up as. Up here, pretty standard stuff. You've got your controls for all four windows. This is for locking the car, all four doors, and this is for locking the windows so that nobody else can adjust them. Helpful if you've got young kids in the back that keep fighting over the windows or something like that. Moving to the steering wheel. We've got your controls right here for adjusting your music, the volume of your music, adjusting the radio station up and down. That will adjust only to your presets. For the up and down on the radio station. So if you have your stations set up already, your presets set up, it will adjust those to those. Right here is for adjusting the call volume or the volume of the music right from the steering wheel. This button right here is for the voice commands. So you'll press that button, you'll be prompted on to say a voice command, and then you can there's some options that you can say. Like most useful one probably is call so-and-so, call Bob, and it'll dial Bob for you. Right here, this will put your call on hold. So if you needed to discuss something with your passengers in the vehicle, and then turn the call back on so they could hear. This is for answering and hanging up your phone calls. Answering here, hanging up here. Moving over to this side, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car on for this part. So this right here is for navigating through this display that's up here. So I'm going to press this back button to get rid of that warning, and then I'm going to navigate through these different buttons. And as you see, as I push these buttons down here on the bottom right of the screen, it changes what's in the middle of the screen up there. So there's some of these have options even within the different menus. So if you can see, there's the menus across the top right there, and as I press left or right, it goes through those different menus, and then as I press down, it goes through these different menus here. So personally, I think I would leave it here. I think this is the most helpful information, telling you what your average fuel economy is. A lot of people probably will leave it there, I suppose. And then if you are in one of those menus, for example, some of them have selectable features. So if you're in here, if you wanted to see about that setting, you'd press the center button, and that'll take you further into that setting, and then there's some more settings up in here. So and then this back button will take you back out of that. Just so, like I said, most people probably leave it on somewhere on this information. There's a bunch of information here that's helpful, that people might want to have quick access to when they're glancing and driving. Other button here. I'm blanking on what that one does. This one is for your smart cruise control. Changes the following distance of your cruise control. I can't demonstrate that without driving. It's not really safe to do that with holding the camera. But when your cruise control is on, you have 3 different settings for the smart cruise control following distance. This changes from long, medium, short, and then back to long. So if you want to change those settings right there, most people probably find medium to be the nice spot. This one is for the lane detection system. So you can toggle that system on and off right here. Super handy to have on a long road trip. I personally don't think I'd want that on most of the time unless I'm on that road trip. So it's nice that you can turn it on and off as you need. Moving down here, this is your control for your cruise control. You'll press the end to turn cruise control on. It prompts you with that little green icon that matches that symbol saying that it's on now. Now it's off. So you press that button to turn it on. If you long hold this button, to turn it on, it will behave the way that traditional cruise control does. If you just press it on real quick, it'll go on to the smart cruise control where it's going to detect the car in front of you and maintain a safe distance behind them. So you turn it on by pressing the end and letting it go, and then you set your speed by pressing down on this. And then if you needed to adjust your speed up or down, you can do that here. And then again, if your smart cruise control is on, you would press this button to adjust to the following distance, to a comfortable distance for you. Moving over here, we've got our big display. This is the home screen, so you can see there's a radio station. Oops, I didn't mean to click it, but these are all touch screens or touch buttons. So when you touch any of those, it'll make it a full screen thing for you. If you had your phone connected, you would have the option to set up some contacts here. And then this big screen right here for the built-in navigation that this car has. Moving down below, I love how the environmental controls are these nice big buttons in this vehicle, big dials that are easy to find and adjust when you're driving and you don't want to look away from the road. And then all these different settings for changing everything to make the car comfortable for you. Down here, we've got heated and cooled seats. So these buttons are depressed in so they don't get bumped. So if you want to make an adjustment, you'll press it. It'll pop out. You can roll it to the setting that you want, and then you can press it back in so that it doesn't get bumped. If you want to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you need to tether in right here. This USB port. There are several other USB ports throughout the vehicle. This is the one that you have to be tethered into to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Moving down to here, this is your adjustment for going into 4-wheel drive mode. So if you want to adjust the 4-wheel drive, you do have to press this thing right here, and that'll allow it to move into position. And then if you want to go into 4 low, you have to press this and push down on this knob to move into 4 low. Now you hear it started yelling at me, so it's making sure that you are aware you're going into 4 low. I'm going to turn that off because I'm not going anywhere. But that's how the 4-wheel drive system works. Down here, this is one of my favorite features of 4Runner. This will roll down the back window. Press it all the way down to just and let go. It'll fully roll it down. Or you can just barely press it and it'll roll down, and when you let it off the switch, it'll stop. So you have some different options. Same with going up. You can make adjustments or just go all the way down or all the way up. Super handy. I'm going to move up here to the top. Last couple of things here. So over here is for your Toyota Safety Connect. If you are ever in an accident or ever need some help, you can press this button. Toyota Safety Connect comes with the vehicle for free for a year in most cases. So if you are interested in that feature, that definitely is super helpful. Down here we have the downhill assist control. That will kind of acts like a cruise control for going downhill at slow speeds. So if you want to control your descent as you go down a steep hill, you can use that to do that. Oh, sorry, not in frame here. That was the button I was just talking about. This is the active traction control. Pressing that button will make your traction control behave a little bit differently, a little bit more rugged for off-road use, so that it will react and behave in a manner that's more appropriate for that sort of situation. This button right here is to turn traction control off. So what traction control does is it moves power left and right, back and forward as it needs to, moving power away from the wheels that are slipping to the wheels that are gripping. So you can turn that off if you don't want that system to do that. Not really recommended. There's very few circumstances that really I can think of that would warrant turning off traction control, because you want your wheels to grip to be the ones that have the power, and your wheels to slip, you don't want them to have the power. So moving on, these buttons right here are for your garage door opener settings. So typically most garage doors, you'll press a button on the unit to make them discoverable, and then you'll run into the car and press the button in here to set it up. Pretty simple, straightforward. Right here is for the dome lights, so you can turn them off so that you don't they don't come on when you open the doors, or you can leave them on so that they do come on when you open the doors. And if you want to turn them on individually, you just click the button on the light and it'll work that way. Moving over here, these are the controls for the roof, sunroof. So go ahead and open it, or just tilt it up and down right there, or open the whole thing with this slide button right here. Another cool feature of 4Runner is you do have lighted mirrors of both the passenger and the driver. And then you do have these little extra extensions right here for blocking the sun in those weird circumstances where the visor just doesn't quite do it on its own. Sorry for the shakiness. Moving in here, we do have another 120 volt plug that you can put anything into for charging needs. And that's pretty much it. My phone's low on battery. If you have more questions about anything, feel free to give me a call and let me know. Thank you very much and have a great day. This is Dusty here at Toyota of Gladstone. My cell phone, 843-693-5644. Thank you very much and have a great day.